Hello viewers, Matates to Mega Alexandria here. I present to you my own Civilization V Fire Emblem Let's Play. I'm a huge fan of Mangs Civilization V Fire Emblem series, and I decided that I too want to do a playthrough of my own, so here's where we have it. I did a live commentary on my original stream, but it was so terrible that I decided to the hell with it, I'm going to redub it. Although I will leave some of the better comments out, the video is good enough. I'll be playing on a much different environment when compared to the mains. First of all, I'll be using a lot more mods, including community patch, more luxuries, unmet Asian resources, civilization portraits, and my own personal mod, as well as much more wonders such as the Gyeongbok Palace, the Arecibo Observatory. Although I will not be using the Fire Emblem wonders because I like my Temple of Artemis, also Leon of Halicarnassus and stuff. I will also be playing on the Immortal difficulty and as well as the standard speed. As for maps, I'll be playing on a randomly generated map using the Communitas Script, although I modified to make a bigger map than it would have normally. And lastly, I'll also be using much more civilizations. I also wanted to put on civilizations such as Anna, Greed, and Batu, which is also one of the reasons why I wanted to start this OP in the first place. Sophia's Nabata is a bit of an awful civilization because she's like the only Fire Emblem civilization without any military bonuses, which is fitting since she's still considered one of the worst units in the actual game. Pretty much every other Fire Emblem civilization has some sort of military bonus. I mean, even Rikoto, for example, has the Apothecary unit, and Anna also has the combat bonus for trading. But Sophia has none of those. Instead, she has a purely economic, unique building, trait, and improvement. They're all aimed at boosting her economy, like how she boosting her empire rather than allowing her to conquer enemies. Sophia specializes in utilizing faith in great people. Her trait is the Arcadian Harmony, which first of all grants her the ability to look at ruined places whenever she founds a city, while also granting her some faith whenever she expands great people, and also when she purchases great people with faith, she gets 40% of the cost back, which makes Sophia one hell of a civilization when it comes to purchasing great people with faith. I think she's probably one of the best civilizations when it comes to purchasing great people with faith. So you have to set up Sophia in a way that she can do that, meaning she has to get a religion, and the social policy should always be picked to use that event to the greatest effect, meaning you have to either finish tradition and rationalism or go piety, get a reformation belief, and get to the glory of God. So without further ado, I shall finally start that Sophia's Ascension Let's Play. By fire. Dear Lord. Lots of conquer civilization to ruin our day. Because we have a fairly decent start. We have tobacco, citrus, lapis lazuli, rice. Yeah. Can't go wrong. Let's do it. It should be noted that Sophia has a desert bias, but apparently she hasn't gotten it. Also, because Sophia doesn't have any military bonuses, she'll have a hard time facing someone like, say, Gangrel or something who is extremely good at early game aggressions. Also, thanks to the Sophia's trait, I was able to reveal a lot of runes, which is a really good thing because, well, in Immortal difficulty, runes are a big help. Well, before I started the actual playthrough, I had to run two tests because I had a mod conflict which was caused by Sumeragi. So I had to eventually drop Sumeragi from the list even though I wanted him as well. Well, mainly because his inclusion caused a mod conflict and pretty much screwed up my improvements, resources, all kind of stuff. So I got my first ruin, which happened to be a culture ruin, which is extremely good since early game culture is an extremely good thing. It helps unlock policies faster. Two reasons. The first is to spend a great person, you get some fate, which will definitely help us with getting some extra bit of fate, which religion, not found the religion. I'll probably be able to found the religion before I actually get the finisher. So I also got my gold ruin. Well, gold ruins are considered pretty poor, mainly because gold purchasing in the early game is extremely inefficient. Although it is extremely good at purchasing tiles, which may be really good if there's a resource tile that you wanted to grab. As early game resource tiles are, well, yield bonuses, and they really keep the early game strong. You really need that early game. As you can see, I have like a lot of 2 food, 1 production tiles, which are really good. You really want to start near either 3 food or 2 production, 1. Oh, not 2 production, I meant 2 food, 1 production, or hill tiles, because they're like the most important yields are food and production, well, at least in the early game. Eventually you need to focus on science and gold, but yeah, in the early game, food and production are the 2 most important yields. Mangs Civ V Fire Emblem Let's Plays, mainly because it is always yeah. So Mangs, with his recent, I was always a big fan of his. I was always a fan of his PlayStation 5 Let's Plays. How about I do my own? I just show off some my As I said before, I'm a huge fan of the Mangs Civilization V Let's Play Fire Emblem series. Although I've also wanted to see a couple of other civilizations that he hasn't included before, such as Anna, Batu, and stuff. But it turns out that Batu's got a small icon bug error. Of course, tech wonders are extremely good, especially something like mining, because mining allows you to chop forests and build mines. And yeah, if you're going for early wonders, chopping forests is extremely important, especially on Immortal difficulties where the AIs already have a huge production bonuses. And of course, everyone's favorite, the population wonder. Population wonders are absolute godsend, mainly because you have like so little population to begin with, meaning you got a huge marginal utility. And population mean more production, more food, more science. Yeah. Well, I'll probably buy get the cattle tile discount. I also need to buy the forest, so it's like chop it down. Might yes, I might. Forest, if it doesn't die, I'll probably. So thanks to my Civilization 4 trade, I managed to get a Pantheon because I get free Fate. And the problem is I don't really have a Pantheon that particularly suits me well, because I could actually go Sun God because I see a lot of wheat. Although, to be fair, thanks to my the Sophia's improvements and building, sure you're gonna get a lot of food anyway, so Sun God isn't necessarily the best choice, so I decided, well, God King is probably the best choice.
Looks to be God King.
Oh right, God King. God King gives him a lot of culture. A lot of culture. Productions, and I may decide to get a monument. Yo!
So teach us to number our days, so that we may apply our hearts unto...
And a calendar ruin. Holy crap, that is a really good ruin. Mainly because, well, tech, you usually get the tier 1 tech, such as pottery, or animal husbandry, or archery, but if you get calendar, that's a really big one. So I ended up making a difficult choice. I could go granary, I could go shrine, or I could go monument. But then I decided, well, let's just go with granary since, well, I could definitely get some more population and growth going. Anyhow, many people say, why aren't you going tradition? Why are you going liberty? And the answer is, well, tradition is actually good on Sophia, and there is no doubt about that. But I personally go liberty mainly because I'm a liberty fanboy, and also because that free great person will actually help you spawn the second great prophet faster, which allows you to enhance religion faster. That's also a hidden benefit of going tradition as Sophia. I'm in liberty. Oh, rest up. I'm going liberty. I'm still going to play in a tradition mindset because, well, Sophia is geared that way. So I decided to grab a worker with it and just start to develop those tiles because I really need some key wonders up there to make Sophia really good. Well, I managed to eat pretty much all the rooms. I still have left. I've gotten like plenty of rooms already, which is really good. This almost feel bad. So we have Tundra down here. Is this the southern hemisphere? Oh yeah, first up like warrior will hold on. I guess I don't. Western side. Sus. There's ruins. Oh, vault. So it looks like I found a good extent. Expands, a lot of runes. Yeah. So I see a lot of good expands. I've gotten a lot of runes, so it looks like I was going to get a pretty comfortable Immortal game. I'll probably get Animal Husbandry, Addicts. Oh shit! It had to be Gangrel, and it's that guy. Gangrel's one of, in my opinion, one of Sophia's counters, mainly because he has such a good army early game. Oh god, it's just gonna be a pain. But then, that's a much. Community patch areas are much less handleable. Community patch, which isn't particularly. They're a lot bigger. Guys, we'll still try to get you good during the days. Fortunately, since we know there are Legion scouts over here, which is a good sign that there's like Legion here, which is really like to expand. Probably get attacked again. And of course, most people's least favorite runes, the Barbarian rune. Oh, shitty Barbarians. Maps can be sometimes borderline useful, but Barbarians? No, just use this. No. My god. And we see Temple of Artemis being taken away. If I remember correctly, if you're using the Fire Emblem Wonder, Temple of Artemis is replaced by some other wonder. I believe it was something like Dragon's Table. I'm not so sure, but yeah. Temple of Artemis, if you're using Fire Emblem Wonder mod, no, you don't get it. What? No! Ah! Damn it, I forgot. These zonal controls. Damn it. I make a stupid move in Community Patch. Units can actually pass through other civilizations units if they're not at war. Unfortunately, I forgot about the zone control, and since the Barbarian Spearman was on my way, I got stuck and I'm gonna lose on my scout. I might take it. Oh shit. And you know, we somehow managed to be the busiest people at 12 tied with Gangrel. But we'll make it. 7 turns, 5 turns. Guys, 11 turns. I actually do want to move maybe for a couple of weeks. Or I did. Probably go to. Oh my god. And he's everywhere. I'm gonna lose. And we see Dodone being taken away. Dodone is part of the Greek and Korean Wonders series. Dodone was a important religious center in the Hellenistic era and the classical era. Oh wait, not the classical era, but the archaic era. It was the main oracle that predated even the Delphinian in Delphoi. Dodone was a major religious center when Pyros Iakides or Pyros of Epeiros took power. In fact, he sponsored the center pretty aggressively. Anyhow, we see a barbarian popping out. In the vanilla game, without the community patch, barbarians are all about kidnapping civilians and pillaging all the tiles. In community patch, they're a bit different. They don't just go pillage a town for no fucking reason. They'll rather instead attack cities and pillage as they find it convenient. I also forgot I also used the events decision mod. And unfortunately I got a pretty garbage event, especially since I was about to pick a social policy, and because I can't afford to put my city on anarchy, I'll have to sacrifice my 9 culture, which sucks bad. Over here, my archers healed up, and now let's switch. No problem. Yeah, these German will probably attack the city. As I said before, the barbarians are much more aggressive in attacking cities, which I think is a good thing because barbarians can't take cities, and capitals are tough enough to stand a hit from just spearmen. So it's actually a good thing since barbarians no longer go pillage all the tiles. And instead they just slam into cities and blow themselves up. All hail the community patch! Dragon Arm. I'd like to take time. That was one of my barbarians. There's lots of sweet spots everywhere. We have like out of it's because well wait. Normally you should go collective rule as soon as possible because you really need those settlers, but then there was a barbarian spearman, so I decided, well fuck it, I'm gonna take representation instead. Damn! So many barbarians. I did. Good use those. That's so many scouts. I was like, let's get the ruins, but I suppose it was worth it, but these guys are almost like it's almost as if they've like turned into raging barbarians. Yeah, dear lord. Parties. Matter. Oh. Unfortunately, although there are plenty of lands and a lot of good size, I don't see a lot of luxury resources. That's the biggest problem. I don't have a lot of happiness to build a lot of cities because, well, there's not enough luxury resources around, and I really need those luxury resources. Down. Plantation. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? Barbarians. Marchers. I have plenty of. Now I start to think about Dragonstone Monument placement because Dragonstones are the cornerstone of Sophia's civilization. Unfortunately, Dragonstone Monuments can't be built adjacent to each other, so I have to really consider. I want to build as many of them as possible, and I want to build them on, preferably on pastures, plantations, and camp because they give you yields based on the resources, not on the improvement itself, unlike, say, the mine. System. Catholics. Catholic. God. Do you mind? Shoot. Sincere apologies if that was offensive. Of course, we see Catholicism being founded, and Catholicism is such a Civilization V stereotypes. And unfortunately, we have some civilizations like Spain and Celts who are like total religious freaks, which makes me go ugh whenever Catholicism is founded, even though you're playing with purely Fire Emblem civilizations. Really? Ugh, yucky. Love their religion, yeah. Unfortunately, they turn out to be a pain in the ass to deal with.
Wisdom and
So I finally start turning out my archers to kill all those barbarians and make room for my expansions. First, second city here. A lot of extent. That's a lot of good extent. Great library is taken, and you don't get this wonder in Immortal. Although, to be fair, the Great Library has gone considerably late since I've already gotten a wonder from the same tech. Calendar and this. My, look at the time. So I think I'll continue this video on the next episode. See you next time, viewers, and I hope you enjoyed this new Fire Emblem Let's Play series for Civilization V.